Hi, welcome to my third and final video for converting between substances with different units. This one is going to be a little more complex than the last one, so I'm going to ask again a question that doesn't make any sense. So how many toys are in 3.7 red? So if you were to look up conversions for this theoretical question, you would find your first conversion converts between pens and red, and a second conversion converts between pens and toys. The problem with this question is that there is no conversion factor that goes directly between toys and red. So we in fact have to use a couple of steps. So again, I'm going to remind you one last time here that when we have an expression in mathematics and we have variables on the top and the bottom, we're just simply allowed to cancel them out. And this expression will be left with A times B. So here's back to our question. First thing I'm going to ask you guys to do is write down what you're trying to find and set it equal to what you know from the question. So here's our question. How many toys are there in 3.7 red? So what are we after? We're after the number of toys. We'll set that equal to the 3.7 red we know from the question. So here we go. An X and a line and a conversion factor. So you notice in this conversion factor, I've got 2.6 red right there, and I've got a red right there, meaning I need to put that 2.6 red on the bottom. Now I got one on the bottom and on the top. To finish this off, I'm going to put 5.1 pens here. Now the only problem is, at this time, if I stop doing this question, my answer would be in terms of pens. I want it in terms of toys. That means I have to use my second conversion factor. This one converts between pens and toys. So I'm going to put an X and another line. Now I've got 8.1 pens to put on the bottom. Why on the bottom? Because that one on the bottom will cancel out with one on the top. And then I'm going to put 4.2 toys up on the top here. You'll notice that everything in the question in terms of units is canceled out right now except for toys, which is exactly what I want. If you're going to do this math, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply all our numbers on the top, which is 3.7 times 5.1 times 4.2 toys. You're going to hit the equal sign on your calculator. Then what you're going to do is you're going to divide by 2.6. You're going to hit the equal sign again, and then you're going to divide by 8.1. And if you do this properly, you should get 3.76 toys. Now, my students often make mistakes on their calculator when they're typing things in. What they'll do is they'll type 3.7 times 5.1 times 4.2. They'll divide by 2.6, and then what they'll do is they'll multiply against 8.1. All that's doing is it's multiplying your answer up 8.1 times there. In fact, if you do that math, you'll come up with 246.9. That is incorrect. You need to know how your calculator works. Again, I always tell my students we're going to divide by all the stuff on the bottom. Just make sure you're doing that division properly, and this awesome method will work every time. Thank you.